This week's episode is sponsored by Helio Gas Detection. Alright, hey everyone, this is Light for the Smashing Skull Sessions. I'm joined by CRASHFACE. Guys, how are you doing?
Yeah, all good, thank you. All good.
Doing super
How are you?
great. Hello.
All good, all good. I've been looking forward to our chat all day. I'm really digging you guys' music at the minute. I've been jamming out to you, building up to the interview.
Okay, man.
Hell yes.
Hell yeah, thank you.
No worries. So, welcome to the podcast. To our listeners who maybe haven't heard of you guys before, could you introduce yourselves and your role in the band?
Yeah. My name's Charlie. I sing and write and that's some other stuff, but that's it.
I'm Otto. I play bass, shout stupid things into a microphone, and I'm pretty good behind a laptop.
Awesome. It works anyway.
Thank
So-
fuck.
Exactly.
Yeah, just about.
So, how did the band start?
It's quite funny actually. We met in Guildford in uni. And we both of us really wanted to do was just start a band. So I actually joined his band that he was in. They were looking for a singer, and it was like an alt rock band. Then that went to shit. Then we started like a hardcore punk band, which we did for a couple of years, and that was kind of cool. Then that went to shit, and then we had like a year off or whatever. And then I came to him with the idea for like CRASHFACE, and we did a couple of sessions, and it worked so well, and we gelled so well again. So we were like, fuck it, let's make it happen,
Nice one.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was that hardcore punk band was a fond memory in my time for sure.
Yeah, dude. I keep getting like Facebook shit pop up from like 2, 3, 4. How long ago was it?
Oh, it was like 4 or 5 years ago now. No, 6 years ago.
6?
Jesus, we're old. I mean, we're incredibly young. But we used to tour around in like an old Toyota Prius that was my mum's, and then I was the only one who could drive at that point in time.
He still is the only one that can drive.
Yeah, that's very true.
Prius is a hardcore, like.
Yeah, dude. Environment.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Exactly.
Now we're all about, being environmentally conscientious on tour.
I
More
mean-
Toyota Priuses on the road. Come on.
I mean, other bands roll up in like their Toyota vans, but no, you guys are rolling up in a Prius. Like that's
Yeah,
so
we're
metal.
old school, dude. We're old school.
How did you fit your
Yeah.
gear into that?
With great difficulty.
Yeah. Luckily, back then the setup was a lot more simple than it is now. So we didn't have as much shit to take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a couple guitars. I don't think any of us bought spare clothes.
No.
Yeah, and then
no.
it was just like whatever rider beer we could fit in the back as well, and that was about it.
And maybe like carry a bag of t-shirts.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So did the drummer for like your little hardcore band have to find his own way with the Prius, or did you have a trailer?
No, we just tended to use other friends that we could find in that city or like whatever the venue had. So occasionally you had a couple like bin lids on top of snare drums and stuff,
Yeah, luckily we didn't play too many headlines, so we
Yeah.
weren't actually that responsible for bringing too much shit anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, it didn't matter how bad it was. We would pretty much just always use the house kit.
Fair enough, like. So what's the CRASHFACE like loadout looking like now? What's your mode of transport?
We do it.
Otto, go nuts.
We do a van when we can afford it. But usually it's just like, I don't know, we're still doing like a few support tours, so it's just trying to do that on like a decent budget. So any sort of enterprise car hire is good. And top tip for anyone touring, if you're hiring from Enterprise, just tell them you're going on a stag do. They don't like hiring to bands. They like hiring to, people who are obviously going out and getting drunk. So I don't really know what their motivations are,
they would rather drunk people drive their cars than musicians. It's
That
Yeah.
kind
says
of
a lot.
it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy when you think about it, but
Well,
I
I mean, to be fair, I would trust the drunk driver over you behind the wheel, Charlie.
I can imagine those conversations. Oh, what do you want our van for? Oh, we're in a band. Oh, we're
yeah,
going on a
that's
Yeah,
stag
like
do. Yeah,
that's why
take it.
I just leave it to Otto. I'm like, I'm not even gonna show up. Like if they see me, they're gonna know something's up. So
yeah, yeah.
Fair enough. So, you guys have just released a killer new single, Maniac, featuring
hell yeah.
Sam Matlock of Wargasm. How was working with Sam?
It was great, man. I've I've actually been good friends with Sam for uh maybe like 7, 8 years now or something. So we've known each other for ages, and we've done like the odd writing session. But we, since Wargasm just like absolutely took off for him and Milk, and that they've just been like absolutely crushing it. We haven't really had a lot of time to like hang out and sit down in a room again. So we managed to carve out a day. I think it was like the start of this year or something, and we
Yeah.
got him down to our flat and just went through some ideas, and he heard the first bit, the little draft bit I had for Maniac, and immediately he was like, "Let's do that." So
Mm.
yeah, it didn't take long either, did it?
No, no, the whole thing was done in like 6 hours or whatever, and then we had
Yeah,
plenty of time to go to the pub. It was great.
yeah, it was great, man. The guy's a genius. Like obviously you see it with how many artists he works with at the moment, and how many like
Mm.
upcoming artists he's like promoting and help develop. But he just got such a knack for it. So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
Wargasm
he's
as
such
Oh, you go, sorry.
sorry, he's such an incredible songwriter. Like, yeah, and his way of sort of working with other artists and like sort of letting a session flow and directing a session is really cool. Like, it's just it was cool to watch like the cogs turning, And
Like Wargasm, like as a general, they're blowing up so much. I think I haven't heard a more name mentioned than Wargasm the past year and this year.
Uh-huh.
well,
Yeah.
they had what was it? Fred Durst do their intro. Everybody's all about war, war, war. No one cares about the gasm.
Very true. How is the filming for the music video for it? The single.
Oh, it was, fine. Ultimately, I mean, dude, I hate music videos so much. Like when they're done, I'm so happy. But like, dude, the entire build up and the day is like the most stressful shit ever. Like I hate doing them so
Absolutely.
much. But so we had a venue locked in Soho. My old boss. She manages a club there now. So I called in a favor. I was like, can we use one of the rooms for it? She was like, yeah, cool. I was like, perfect. We had that locked in for about a month, and then 3 days before the shoot, she calls me, and I see her name come up on the phone, and I'm like, well, it's not going to be good, is it? Like, she's not going to be calling me this close if it's good news. So essentially, she was just like, we've had to shut the place down. You can't film here. So we paid for like extras and makeup artists and all of our crew. Um, so we had like 3 days to find a replacement venue in London to make it work. And it was also like the only day we could get Sam down to make it work. So did a few Hail Marys, but luckily Otto sorted it out and Slim Jims stepped in and were like, yeah, fuck it, we'll do it. And that's like one of our favorite bars anyway. It was like such like a no-brainer option. But
Yeah,
as
big
soon
big
as
big
they
up
said,
Slim Jims.
yeah, dude, they fucking rule. So as soon as they said yes, it was like, okay, we can do it now, but it's going to be a bit different. But yeah, it turned out so fucking great, man.
Nice one. The final product is super, super good. So shout out
Yeah.
Slim Jims for
What
accommodating you.
Well,
what you can't see in the music video is actually you might be able to see it. I'm not sure if Jamie sorted it out in the grade or whatever. But yeah, basically we'd kind of wrapped up most of the shade shots, but we were gonna go for a couple more, just get a bit of energy after everyone has their like, lunch break or whatever. And we all just hear this massive like crash bang. It was mental.
It
Like
was so
thought like a
loud.
bomb had gone off, like thought a bomb had gone off, or like the speakers had all just blown
Me
randomly.
and Jamie were
Uh,
downstairs looking at footage, and he thought his red setup had fallen, and we like sprinted upstairs. We were like, "Oh my god!"
But a tree had fallen like just in the garden out the back onto the aircon unit, and it just torn a massive hole in the roof. Like,
Jesus.
So even though we sorted out a new venue, nature was still trying to fuck us up. But you know, we powered through. And yeah, obviously, massive shout out to Jaw, Jamie, our fucking boy behind the camera. He's been so instrumental in bringing this whole wasteland world to like life and to fruition. So you know, everything you see, you know, that's his skill. So shout out Jaw.
Nice
yeah,
one.
he's honestly an unbelievable, just creative. I've never met anyone when he gets that look in his eye, and you just know something rad is is gonna
Yeah, dude.
happen. It's really cool to watch. He just gets a little like glint in his eye, and you're just like, oh shit, here we go.
It's like when you see that, you know, like it's happening. It's happening.
Yeah, man.
You both can give an answer for this one. Do you have a favorite memory from the recording session with Sam for the song?
Favorite
Yeah, I
memory from
do.
the session. Yeah, go.
Yeah, my one was so that I'm doing like backing vocal screams in that pre-chorus. And I kept on like fucking up the words and getting in mixed rounds. And Sam grabbed like a yellow legal pad and a Sharpie and did it like the what was it, the Love Actually thing at the end, and he was just
Oh,
dropping the
yeah.
dropping the lyric sheets every time, and it was the one time he did it. It's the like one of the takes that we actually use.
The
So that was pretty funny.
I mine wasn't like session, but the amazing thing was is when we did the session when we wrote the song together, Sam wasn't actually featuring on it at that point. He was just helping us do a co-write. So where he actually does his part, it was just like a hard as fuck sort of motorcycle revving fucking breakdown. Um, but he wasn't singing on it. And then we wrapped it up, and then we were on tour with St. Agnes in January, and we were in Manchester, and our agent came to the show, and we sat down for a few drinks afterwards, and I played him like the rough bit of that we did with Sam, and he was like, "Oh, where's Sam's bit?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "Oh, you said Sam was on it." I said, "No, we wrote it with Sam." And dude, he grabbed my shoulders. He went, "Dude, get him on the fucking track." And I was like, "Holy shit, I should do that." So that wasn't like a studio moment, but like, yeah, our agent Liam, he said that to me, and I was like, "You're a fucking genius!" Like, of course I'm gonna do that. So that was probably mine.
Yeah, and they're like, it's honestly his verse is so much fun.
Fucking
Like,
rules. How much
yeah,
better is that lighting?
well, yeah.
Looking pretty good on my camera.
Fuck yeah, nice.
Nice one. And you can both give an answer for this one. If you could collaborate with any musician, dead or alive, who would it be?
Ooh. Uh,
And it doesn't have to be for CRASHFACE.
okay, all right. Phoebe Bridges.
That's a good choice.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'd love that.
What did you think of the Boy Genius record?
Oh, I loved it so much. I couldn't go to Gunsbury to see them. I can't remember why, but I was fucking busy, and it was like Muna and Ethel Kane as well. And it's like it's just like a dream lineup, and I fucked it up, and I didn't go. So yeah, loved it. Didn't see it.
Uh, Trent
Come on,
Reznor.
Balfour. You and
Trent
Trent?
Reznor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be Trent. Or this is a different way of thinking about that question. Who's the guy that sings for the Smiths?
Morrissey.
Uh, Morrissey. Yeah.
Morrissey. I would collaborate with him and just make sure the track is about, because it's a diss track about him. That's the dream right
You could
there.
probably trick him into doing that.
Probably. There's
Yeah.
a there's a great story I know about Morrissey. He came
Go
over
on.
to play Vicar Street up in Dublin,
Uh-huh.
and he asked people like who got his new album. And it had come out the day before, so like barely anyone. And he just started going off at the crowd, calling them like fake fans and how like they hadn't
I love
bought his
that.
new album.
I love that. Vicar Street's such a cool venue as well.
It's
Yeah,
nice.
Vicar Street's great. I did a couple shows there with Wesley Joseph actually, and we were supporting Loyal Kana. That was a fun one.
Have you guys come over as a collective as CRASHFACE to Dublin or?
No, not
No,
yet.
individually.
Not yet.
We want to we want to make sure it's on the list though. It's
Oh yeah.
definitely going to be it's on the cards for sure.
I'm coming back in I'm coming back next month actually to see some comedy. So that'll be sick.
Who are you going to see?
This guy called Sam Morrill. He's like a New York comic. But yeah, I saw Shane Gillis at Vicar Street. And that was so fucking funny. But yeah, just Sam Morrill this time.
I was supposed to go see at the drive-in at Vicar Street when they briefly got back together, but I was too young.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, that would have been amazing.
You
Yeah,
wouldn't have thought Dublin would give a shit, right?
yeah, no, they're very strict with like the over
Bastards.
18s.
Uh,
I think I was like 14 or 15 at the time. So I couldn't have even passed it because I get ID'd
valid,
now.
valid.
So, CRASHFACE is a really interesting band name. Is there a story behind how you got the name, or did you just pick it because it was cool?
Um, kind of. Uh,
But
I
the
was,
last two options were
yeah,
what was the other one? Breathe Plastic was the other one.
yeah. Well, I was thinking of a name for it, and I was just really obsessed with the word crash. Um, and originally I was thinking like the Crash, but it was too similar to the Clash. So I was like, that just sounds stupid. Um, so I was fucking around with the word crash, and I don't know how that came up, but that came up. And then the we had the last option. We had two options. The other option was breathe plastic. And also, I'll let you tell.
Well, so CrashFace came about because we went to our mates' leaving drinks at the pub that I used to work at. Shout out the old George and Bethnal Green. Um, Basically, he was the general manager. We had a bottle of tequila on the table when we arrived. When we left about an hour and a half later, it was just down all our shirts and, you know, obviously in us. And Charlie just leans over the escalator in Bethnal Green Station. You know how there are like cards on the escalator? You just got like swept away by one and fell down about 30, 40 steps. So
Yeah,
he cut his eyebrow pretty badly, and that's hence the name.
well, I was gonna say when we had the two options and we went to the Frank Carter gig and we spoke to Franceschi.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Well,
we,
two different wavelengths, my dude.
yeah. No, we went to when Jack Saunders was doing his own gigs, Hopscotch. They had Frank Carter at the Seabright, and we went, and Josh Franceschi was there from Uni 6. And we were chatting to him at the bar for a bit. And then I just pitched them both. I was like, what do you think, Crash Face or Breathe Plastic? And he was like, oh, dude, Crash Face. And I was like, yeah, I think so too. And he was like, yeah, Breathe Plastic sounds like some sort of like environmental organization or something. And I was like,
It
yeah, you're
reminds
right.
me of Radiohead, Breathe Plastic.
Yeah, that does, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
a little bit.
I don't
I
know
like
why.
that.
It's just like Breathe Plastic's like Radiohead. I don't know why.
Yeah. Well, I I I prefer Crash Face. Thank fuck.
I do as
So
well.
yeah.
It could have been a whole different project if you went with Breathe Plastic. Could have been like
Could have been.
indie.
Could have been. It was all down
It,
to fucking Josh.
Actually, didn't I like cut my head open that night, didn't I?
You did. You got fucked up.
Holy shit! Yeah, so we have both crashed our faces, so to
Yeah,
speak.
you can say
There
that.
you go. There you go. I don't think I've ever breathed plastic.
Oh,
So
Bonded by facial injuries.
yeah.
that's a pretty good title. I like that.
It kind of makes sense though, because we have gotten fucked up in our faces quite a bit. So
Yeah, yeah, it's very true.
Ah, you can't tell.
thank God. It's all this plastic surgery, dude.
I mean, so many bands are doing the whole mask thing now. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
just
we could totally do
well,
that.
yeah. What one more fool, and I might have to I might have to don a mask.
Yeah,
Well,
Make sure it's one of the LED ones. Like,
have police tape just wrapped around your face like there's a crash.
I like it. I like it.
I'm into it.
Uh, you can both
There's
give an
been a
answer.
crime. It's the way I look.
That's the winner. That's the winner. You can both give an answer for this as well. Do you have any favorite album releases of 2024 so far, or any that you're looking forward to that haven't come out yet?
Ooh,
That is such a good question.
obviously the Bring Me record rules. That's like so up my fucking street. Like it's like my favorite part to Bring Me. So yeah, I'm loving that. Um,
What
fuck.
else has come out this year?
Neck
It's just
Deep's
been
new
so
record
it's
came
Quite,
out.
it's quite a
Neck
good.
Deep's
Quite
new record is sick. They're playing one of the songs right now.
was that this year?
It was in January, came out the same day as Green Day's.
Yeah, of course.
Nice. The new Fiddler EP is fucking incredible, actually.
Oh, dude, Fontaine's record yesterday as well.
Fontaine's record
That
rocks.
rules. Um, that's kind of it.
Uh,
Life and Death in
who
the
else?
Wasteland, September 13th. That's gonna be
Yeah,
great.
absolutely. That one rocks as well.
That one's
And
that. Yeah,
Joey Valance as well. Joey Valance is so good. I've been on a Joey Valance a binge.
I'm gonna check my fucking Spotify because my mind's gone.
Yeah,
What do
that's
we?
what I'm
What do we
doing now.
got? What do we got? Yeah, yeah, it's okay. Body Count released a single that ruled.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
that was sick as fuck. Yeah, dude. Nah, that's it. I feel like oh, and Dead Pony, their record. Ignore this. They're sick as fuck as well.
Yeah, that
Um,
they go so hard. Was Lake Malice an EP or an album? Because that
that
goes
was
incredibly hard as well.
that was an EP. Yeah.
Yeah, that was such a good record.
Yeah, I feel like the first half of 2024 went so hard and now it's kind of dwindling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was like
it's festival season,
yeah,
Everyone's just like, oh, put the record out before or after. No one does like, right, it's Reading weekend. Let's put the album out now.
yeah. Well, I mean, you know, yesterday alone was Fontaine, Stand Atlantic, Cassiette, um, someone else.
I think Sabrina
That
Carpenter's
that's
came out
Sabrina
yesterday.
Carpenter. Yeah, obviously Sabrina Carpenter.
that's all right, guys. I'll just shut the fuck up. It's all
Yep, yeah, yeah.
right.
I'm ashamed I know her album came out yesterday.
Oh, dude, she rules. Come on.
She
Like,
rocks.
I know it's mainstream, but she slaps. Like,
The Irish press is obsessed with her at the minute because she's going out with
with
Barry
Barry.
Keoghan.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, she's American. This has nothing to do with us.
Oh well. I mean, it was kind of like that, kind of different. But when McElhenney and Ryan Reynolds bought Wrexham, obviously I'm from Wales, and like it was so insane just seeing all the fucking coverage. Like I'm South Wales, so like I'm not claiming connection or anything. That's North Wales, but like just to see all this shit in America about all these fucking people talking about Wales, I'm like, what? Like,
Such a weird place to be in.
yeah, dude.
Not Wales, but like the press being like looking in
No,
from the
Wales is
outside
pretty
in.
weird.
I've only been to Holyhead when I've caught the ferry over.
Yeah, no, not hot,
Uh,
not hot.
yeah, Holyhead. That ferry is so choppy. It's crazy. It
It's his.
was. It made me feel so ill last time I went over there. Like,
I usually just sleep through it.
nice, nice. That would be a good thing to do.
And we're on to our last question. Uh, do
Sweet.
you do you guys have any advice for anyone wanting to start a band in 2024?
Just get good at like producing in your room, like without any expensive plugins. Like, you don't really need to go to a massive studio, although it's really nice because the more you can do with less, the more interesting the idea, I think.
If you're willing to dedicate yourself to it day in, day out, then all the bullshit like TikTok and whatever does help. But holy fucking shit, that's not for me. I tried, dude, I could not do it. And a lot of people try and give you shit saying like, oh, if you want to be a musician nowadays, like you need to be, multifaceted, you need to be able to do all this shit. You really fucking don't. Like, sure, if you want to maybe fast track it a little bit, yeah, fucking, look at your fucking phone screen for like 12 hours a day. But if you're doing it because you love music and you just want to do it, then don't worry about all that shit. Like, if it comes naturally to you, some people are good at it. If it comes naturally, then good. But if you can't do it, don't fucking worry about it. Just worry about the music.
Because you almost have to
Absolutely.
like post daily on apps like TikTok and Instagram because the
Yeah,
algorithm's
yeah.
always changing.
No,
And like,
absolutely.
there's always like horror stories now of like people getting approached by like label reps or people that work at like management companies, and like the first thing they want to look at is your TikTok following and your YouTube followings. And I get the metrics to a certain degree, but it's just like, don't fucking worry about that. Like, if you're doing it for music, do it for music.
Like that's not
Mm.
punk rock if you're looking at like the sustainability through followers.
Well,
Literally. This is what I love about like labels like Hopeless Records and stuff is they actually, I mean, Carol, great example of like one of their newest signings. And they kind of launched the project from pretty much the start. I mean, yeah, she was in bands before, but just like making, a fresh artist and sort of actually going on a creative endeavor together and a creative journey. That's like the most interesting part, and that's where like the best art comes from, in my opinion.
Comes from the journey.
Absolutely.
yeah.
You don't have the highs without a few lows. You know what I mean? Yeah, that should be on like a penguin rap or something.
That
Oh, and
should
play live as much as you can, because there are so many
Oh,
artists now who are getting good tours and they're getting good festival slots because they're big on TikTok, but they've never been on a stage in their fucking life, and it's the worst thing in the world to see. Like, all these people show up, like, yeah, it's gonna be amazing, and they just don't know what to do with themselves. So play live,
absolutely.
do that.
Yeah,
have you
yeah.
been to gigs like that where you've seen like I don't know bands popular on social media carry it to the stage or
It's mostly just festivals, really. Festivals is
Mm.
where it really becomes apparent because they think they can, roll the dice a bit. But it's just so fucking like I'm embarrassed for them. Like it's not fun for anyone. So
I
play some
mean,
fucking shows.
there was that whole like Travis Barker era where like I
oh
mean
yeah.
you have people like Kenny Hoopla at first who were fucking incredible. Like we had the like privilege of touring with them, and it was that was insane. But then it kind of progressed because he was trying to fulfill his publishing deal, and the music just got worse and worse. And then live shows for the other artists just got worse and worse and worse. You're like,
It's
oh man,
it
like
seems like anyone could get a feature from Travis. Like no disrespect to Travis, but who remembers Jumex? He got a song with him
mm,
even.
like
Travis, if you're
it's
listening to this, hit me up.
well to be fair, he is like 200 meters that way, so we can just go give him a slap and be
He
like,
is. Yeah, you can go say hi to Courtney as well.
yeah,
Say hi to Tom for me. I have him, was it there on my door?
yeah, yeah, I will do, I
I'm
will do.
I'm so fucking happy he's back.
Same,
I am as well.
same.
Cannot wait.
But also, like, for context for the people listening, I'm at Leeds Festival right now, and the Clash is Blink 182 and The Prodigy. Who the fuck booked that? Why
Yeah, that
why would
does
you make them
suck.
clash? Like,
That does suck. Camille literally offered me a Reading pass for yesterday, and I was
hmm,
so close to taking it, but I didn't take it because I didn't want to have to deal with that clash. I was like, you
that's
know what?
entirely
I'm just
valid.
not gonna go.
You can see the highlights on YouTube.
I'm staying far away from it.
Yeah,
Fair enough. Guys, thank you so much for taking the time out your day and also out of your festival time to talk to me.
no
Thank you.
worries. Thank you so much for having us.
No worries, and Maniac is out now.
Fuck yeah.